Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well. This is Richard, doing something kind of special. I love Ibanez SZ guitars, and this was my most recently purchased one. It hasn't even been cleaned up yet, so I thought it'd be a good time to go ahead and change the pickups out for some lace finger burners that I have. I'm going to also change a few other things. I like these abalone top knobs, so we're going to use those. And a really heavy duty switch, which is much simpler than the Ibanez switch that's in there, and I'll show you why. But of course these lace pickups are going in, and I just think they're super cool. Very well made, made in the USA. They obviously have a nice finish, but I've installed a set in my other guitar, my other Ibanez SZ, and I really like the way they sound. So I thought it'd be cool to go ahead and put them in this one too. And this little way I'm doing this will actually work for any set of humbuckers that are 5-pole, 5 lead. So the first thing I'm doing here is getting rid of the strings. I've already loosened them so that they won't snap back and hit me in the face. Everybody worries about putting their eye out. Then I'm going to go ahead and just start removing everything I don't need, which in this case is pretty much the whole thing. I'm going to take everything out of the harness. I'm going to leave the input jack or output jack wired up so that that can be put back in place later into the circuit. Once I get these unwired, I'm going to pull them out. These are the Duncan design pickups. They don't sound half bad, but I figured since I had the finger burners around, I might as well put them in. Now I'm removing that Ibanez Super Switch, which is a crazy switch. You can do all kinds of combinations of wiring with one of those. But this guy's much simpler, and it's a 3-pole. It's kind of, your standard Gibson style 3-way switch. Now I'm using a copper penny to protect the finish, but I'm prying off the old knobs. I can go ahead and put the new ones in place. And these are just push on, pull off knobs. Did have to wire the stems a little bit to widen the stems a little bit to fit the new knobs. And they go on just by being pressed into place. Now I'm removing the pickups from the pickup rings. It's pretty self-explanatory. And we're going to have to put our new pickups into the same rings. So I thought this was cool. They have a manufacturer date on them. It's pretty neat. These come with these little sleeves instead of springs, which I actually prefer. It's one less thing to cause noise in the guitar. Before I slip the wires through the tunnel that's drilled in the body, I like to tape off the ends because it keeps everything together and makes it go through a little bit easier, especially when you have more than one pickup's worth of wiring to push through. Do the same with the bridge pickup. Go ahead and put the bridge and pickup in place. And then it's time to screw them back down so they don't fall out when we flip the guitar over. I took a chance to play with the depth of field of the new camera. So guys, gotta forgive me if it's a little grainy or out of focus at times. I'm still learning how to use it. I've never had a DSLR before. Very cool though. Now I'm just shortening the ground wire from the bridge and wiring it to the back of the bridge volume pot. Now here's the 5 leads from the bridge pickup, and I'm going to go ahead and strip those and do the same to the neck pickup. Each company has its own different wiring scheme. They have different colors. So for lace, I'll go ahead and tell you how they go together normally. So your white wire gets connected to your brown with black stripe. That's the start and finish of the coils in the center. This is the finish of one coil, start of the next. We don't need those right now. The green and the white with black stripe, those get wired together. That's going to be our ground. And the orange lead by itself is our hot lead. So I'm going to go ahead and tin everything together. Including the hot lead. First thing I'm going to do in the chassis here is go ahead and ground the switch. It's got a little grounding pole on the side there. And then I'm going to run my hot lead to my neck volume, and then the hot lead to the bridge volume as well. Now from the volume pot of the neck, I'm going to go ahead and put the lead from that to the top pole of the switch. And then from the volume pot of the bridge pickup, we're going to run that lead to the bottom pole of the switch. You can see that the third lug of each pot is grounded. Now to bring the tone into the circuit, I'm going to go ahead and install a lead from there, from the center pole. And that gets wired to our hot output, to the output jack. Now we'll go ahead and we'll tin those together as well. Both of those together get wired to the center pole of our switch, and then the ground to the output jack I just put to the ground of the switch. You can really ground it anywhere that's convenient. Now I am grounding each pickup using the combination of green and white with black stripe wires to the back of their respective pots. Now I'm going ahead and taping off the coil tapping wires, which is that orange with brown stripe and white wire. And the option will be there down the road should we decide to coil tap these pickups. This is how we'll do it. We have easy access to the wires by just taping them off. Now to complete the ground circuit, we're going to go from the ground on the back of the tone pot to the ground on the back of the bridge pot, and then from the back of the bridge pot to the back of the neck pot. That completes our ground circuit. Now we'll just tidy up the wires and close up the cavity, and after a little bit of cleaning and stringing, we're ready to jam. Just want to go ahead and thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and maybe you'll be able to wire up your guitar now. And if you stick around to the end, you get to hear what these pickups sound like. Thanks guys, I will see you next time.